second piece is called Everett. So I guess I can finally share these photos of us. It's been many, many years. Everyone, this is Everett Marshall Smith, AKA Smitty. As you heard from the first piece, I always used to write about how smitten I was for Smitty. And I've written many pieces about him. I was hoping to tag him in these photos on Facebook, but his page is inactive or something. Or maybe his family changed the settings so people couldn't tag him and be reminded of the pain. I found out the Thursday after he had passed. I went to purchase interview clothing at old Marshall's I used to work at that he began working at as our connection came to the seas about a year or so ago. And I remember it was so coincidental when I found out he was working there. But I would never have called it a relationship, I guess in the way we consider relationships, right? Hell, he wasn't even a decent fuck buddy. He lacked the care and consistency. He was a fuckboy. A fuckboy I had met through a friend who had fucked him. A fuckboy I thought I could make into a boyfriend. A fuckboy who taught me indirectly not to trust men. Who taught me that men weren't always presenting something true. He was the first boy to ever embrace my body so early in my transition. But no, it was not a relationship. It was me sneaking into his mother's room at night, into his mother's brownstone rather, 3 stories into his bedroom. And he had a beautiful bed and a beautiful room. It was painted with greens and blues. He was sweet and gentle, sometimes thoughtful too, but Lord knows he was troubled. As mysterious as the great Batman he adored so much, he would go ghost for weeks at a time, then always reconnect and apologize. He was the first to teach me the things that trans-attracted men do. They run and they hide. They are the biggest punk-ass bitches you can ever find. They carry a shame that can lead to all kinds of games, and they'll only be seen with you when they decide. But he was my peace of mind at the end of 125th Street. Like all the other trans-attracted men I've met after, he would never express his affection for me in public, but he would unleash a thirsty, bitchy beast in the realms of his bedroom. And now he's dead. So this is how I pay my respects. I won't apologize if you find this distasteful. This is how I mourn, because I can't hit up his mother or his sister as per the Marshall's cashier suggested. I'm not sure what they would be to say. Everett preferred we meet and speak in secret and with discretion. My eyes filled with water that day as that sweet cashier held my hands and told me he had passed last week, that I had already missed the service, wishing I would have reopened my mind and my heart when we had spoken in April and he had disclosed to me his status. Wondering why this was like the second death in one summer, wondering if the universe was trying to tell me something about cutting off dudes that can't meet my needs, wondering if I should have sustained a friendship with him, wondering why I'm living a life that makes me feel so used and manipulated so easily. But here's to all the fuckboys who keep girls like me waiting on false promises and eventuality. Here's to the fuckboys who fulfill their wants and neglect our needs so selfishly. Here's to the fuckboys whose mothers and sisters and families will never meet in person, faces we'll never know, faces who will never know us. The fuckboys who break our hearts in this life and the next, in life and in death. I can only hope that my disappointment in you has finally reached its end. And I hope you're getting all the T-girl dick your heart desires. I hope you're happy. Hopefully I'll be getting there soon. But, boys like Everett are the reason I stopped keeping men's secrets. Why I started demanding being taken out on dates and treated with respect like a person. Because I believe when someone likes you, there are certain things you shouldn't have to ask for. So here's to all the fuckboys whose calls you have to ignore because conversation is too much to bear. I'll never be able to speak to him again. Here's to all our sons and brothers of color who can't have or share honest relationships with their physical lovers. Here's to all the fuckboys whose mothers and fathers have already placed shame on their unknown lifestyles, to all the people whose ignorances push boys like him to hide in secret and promiscuity, to die by the very thing that he may have loved, sex. I post this hoping that you speak to your friends, your brothers, your sons, and you love them for who they are and what they like, so that maybe girls like me can love them, so that maybe they can be loved, so that if they go, maybe we can all properly say goodbye. Thank you.